Look who I brought with me. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear all of the comments before I got here, but I did want to ask the audience, how many of you are already, well, retired is a fancy word because probably you're all doing a lot of things anyways, but how many consider yourselves to be retired? Raise your hand. Wow, okay, keep those hands up. How many are thinking about wanting to retire? Or, there you go, okay. All right. How many wish someday, hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll be retiring? Yay, okay. So I think that covers the entire universe of this room, and most of us Michiganders. I wanted to thank you all for being here today. As you know, we have so many financial resources available on the internet, every time you turn on your TV, every time you watch the news, things you get in the mail. But it's hard for all of us to get the right information and to know where to go to get accurate information. So we're hoping that Reinventing My Retirement will cut through that clutter for you and help you get access to good and really the best financial tools available for our Michiganders. I want to take a moment to really thank, I have to back up a minute. I was practicing this last night, and I kept saying, and I kept using the word excited. And my husband goes, Ann, you really got to back off that word excited. It's like you're using that too much. And I said, actually, I can't because I am really excited. This is a first for us to have this kind of a meeting all over the state, all these workshops, all these people that have come together and really offered their resources, their time, and their financial resources for all of you. And I really am excited, and I want to thank each of them for being here today. And I'd like to just go across the room. They did this in order, so I can do it by name. And I want you to recognize them and thank them for all the help they've done for us. First, I have Tom Kimball. And he's our president of the AARP of Michigan. Thank you. Ken Ross is the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Michigan Credit Union League and Affiliates. And I have to say, Ken has my job, it was his old job, and he's a neighbor of mine, or he was a neighbor of mine. No, he lives in a different part of town, but Leon Lebrecq, Senior Financial Advisor and Chief Executive Officer of LJPR, LLC. And then I've got Judy Trapek, Vice President and Chief Knowledge Officer of the Michigan Association of CPAs. Thank you. Tiffany Douglas, Senior Vice President and Market Manager of Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Yasmin Atkins, First Vice President and Market Manager of the North Oakland Market of Flagstar Bank. Then we have Deb Farney, Vice President of Retail Services of Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. Then we have Dennis Coons, President and CEO of Michigan Bankers Association. And finally, we have Mike Kuss, Legal Counsel of the Michigan Community Bankers. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone, and for all of your time and for being here today. So now I wanted to say a couple words about Governor Rick Snyder. How many were able to hear him speak last June and deliver his special message on aging? Anybody there? A few of you were. It was a great speech. Actually, I think it might have been one of the longest speeches I've heard him do. And I think that just gives an indication of how important this issue is to him. And in that message, he urged public and private sector financial experts to come together and develop a comprehensive package of financial tools and information for Michigan residents. And that is exactly what we did, and this is what we have for you today. It's taken since June to get this together, and for anybody who's ever planned a marriage, a wedding, you know that this is pretty fast to get this all together for today. So without further ado,